Hello everyone, and welcome to this FPL Gameweek 3 press conference stream with me, Holly Shand. I'm going to be here for the next hour or so, taking you through 12 managers' press conferences. Decided to stay on for Unai Emery at 2:15 with Villa news, because I think there could be a little injury there that we need news on. So hoping that by the end of this, you'll have the full picture of what's going on in terms of player availability for Game Week 3 and the potential transfers that you can make. So if you are here, hit the like button. Let's try and get the stream to 200 likes to start with. And the live chat is open, so do come and say hello, and I'll jump over to that very soon. We're closing in on 24,000 subscribers as well. Hopefully we can do it on stream. That'll be really, really exciting. And remember, it's another Friday deadline. The deadline is at 6:30 UK time tonight. I will be back again in about 4.5 hours for the deadline stream. The link for the deadline stream, by the way, is in the description to this video, but I'll also pop it in, if I can find it, into the chat as well, and you can hit the notify button on that as well. I'm hoping to be there for definitely by 5:30, hopefully sooner than that as well. I'll be able to do longer deadline streams once the summer holidays is over in the UK. However, lots and lots to get through today. So we've got Palace and Wolves press conferences up at 1 o'clock, and then at 1:30 it's Arsenal. Will we get news about the availability of Gabriel Jesus in that one? Brentford is also at 1:30. Brighton, where De Zerbi should give us clarification on how long Enciso is out for. We've got Burnley at 1:30. Man City press conference at 1:30 as well. Not going to be Pep. He's gone back over to Spain for a back surgery. He's not going to kind of be back in the UK and back on the touchline until after the international break. 1:30, we'll get some clarification on how long Luke Shaw is set to be out for, and whether Rasmus Højlund is expected to be fit for Game Week 3. Sheffield United also at 1:30 with news on Baldock, and the big one for my team and probably for a lot of others as well, James Madison, the Spurs press conference is at 1:30. We've also got West Ham at 1:30, Villa at 2:15, which could be an important one if you've got Villa players, the only team that played midweek, and probably one of their players could have succumbed to injury. More on that coming very soon. I will go through the other 8 press conferences that have already gone on before the stream as well, to update you on all the important news. But I can't remember a season where we've seen so much carnage at the start in terms of players not available, injuries, particularly to our defences. It's been absolutely carnage. But hopefully I can guide you through. I'm here every week at the same time, 1 o'clock, to help you. Now, let's jump over to my team first. I mean, this is frustrating. As much as I love the hub and the fantastic content, I do not need to know that this week my team rating's only at 88%. I know it's a bit of a shambles. You can get your team rated and get your recommended transfers using the link in the description to the video or on the live chat as well. Gabriel, I think he'll start this week. Tomiyasu suspended. Zinchenko should come back in at left back. He's going to be the one that inverts. So then at right back, they need White rather than Partey. And then Gabriel should come in to the central defence. Fingers crossed. Madison, he wasn't pitching in training yesterday. I doubt he's going to start in Game Week 3. He's probably going to be my transfer out. I can't go to Foden. I could have done if I made the transfer on Tuesday, but I decided against it. So I'm looking at bringing in Solly March, which will up my team rating to 89%. It's hard to lose Madison when Spurs have got such great fixtures, but I think he'll be protected, and I've not got any cover on the bench. João Pedro, we've seen Enciso has picked up a knee injury, which is going to keep him out for a few months. So I think João Pedro will start as well. But yeah, lots of ifs and buts in there. Salah going to Saudi rumours. Oh, it's just caused carnage in my team. So a bit of work to do, as you can see. There's 400 of you in watching at the minute, which is absolutely amazing. If you are in, hit that like button. Let's get this up to 200 likes to start with, and then we'll see if we can build from there. It's all going off in the chat, so I'm going to come and say some hellos. We've got VJ in, who is modding for us today. Hellos from Jeannie, new subscriber. We've got Nicholas, Adam, Sammy, Amir, David. Akshat is in. Neil says, great content once again this week. Looking forward to the stream. It's been amazing this week. So much support on all the videos. I think all of them have hit 5 figures for views, which I was really, really pleased with. Really loving the support right now for all the content on the channel. I will get through to some questions a bit later. I can see that David is in as well. Lots of familiar faces in, actually. So thank you to everyone that's joined. I've got the X Pro, I'm going to call it the right thing, open already. So I'm just going to see if we've got anything coming in from the press conferences, because we was supposedly hearing from Palace and Wolves at 1 o'clock. Comments on Will Hughes from Palace. I don't think that's particularly important. But we should get more news coming as this stream goes through. I'm just checking I've not missed anything while I've been starting the stream. Obviously, we saw the late news yesterday that Luke Shaw's picked up an injury, which is causing carnage. It sounds like United are going in to buy another left back. But yeah, I don't think we've missed anything too significant yet on these press conferences that were coming up at 1 o'clock exactly. So I am going to start having a look through everything that's gone on already. Forest have confirmed the signing of Santos on loan for the season. That's the only thing that's coming through at the moment. So I've got a load of things bookmarked. Well, I thought I had them bookmarked. Let's try again. I did have the tab ready. So this is everything that's come in over the last week, including the press conferences that we had on Thursday. Stones is out until after the international break. So if you are shopping for a City defender this week, which many will be because of their fixtures, bear that in mind that he is going to be coming back at some point pretty soon. We've also got, and we are going to hear from Arteta today. He did make comments the other day that Gabriel is going to play a lot of games. I still don't know what's going on with Gabriel. Like, he played like 72 league games in a row before he was dropped. So it's a bit of a strange one to know exactly what's going on in terms of, you know, where Gabriel's going to fit in, if he's going to fit in. I do think he'll play against Fulham. Great chance for a clean sheet. 3 goals in 4, I believe, against Fulham as well, who aren't scoring goals themselves. I think maybe this murmuring of a move to Saudi is the thing that's kind of derailed the start of Gabriel's season, but hopefully he still comes good. From Chelsea, we know that Queyct is out for 6 weeks, having had knee surgery. I don't know how Chelsea are going to line up this week, whether they stick to the back 5. Well, I say back 5, it was more of a back 4 with Chilwell in midfield. Surely Caicedo comes in, so maybe they switch to a back 4. Maybe Gallagher comes further forward. It's going to be an interesting one, that one. Bit of other Chelsea news coming up as well. We saw Diaz and Trent, who both picked up knocks in Game Week 2, were back in training. McAllister had the red card overturned. I think he saw quite a lot of sales going into Game Week 3. Let me have a look, actually. I think it's obviously slowed down because it got overturned. But yeah, 400,000 managers transferred out McAllister after the red card that's got rescinded. We still got the negative points in FPL. It's a bit of a frustrating one. Could he be on pens for Liverpool now that Salah's missed another one? Mason Mount out for United. And I think it was meant to be weeks, but I think it's now been extended to months. And then this is the James Madison one. Minor MCL strain. Optimistically, he could make the weekend, although he wasn't seen in training yesterday. And it's the early kickoff, I believe, as well on Saturday, which isn't going to help him. It can be managed conservatively, is what Ben Dinnery says. And I did mention this on my team selection video yesterday, but just looking at the fixtures for Liverpool. Sorry, Spurs. 2 quite nice fixtures. Then it's the international break between game week 4 and 5. Then it's Sheffield United, Arsenal, Liverpool. They need Madison to be on top form for game week 6 and 7. So I don't think they're going to risk anything in terms of bringing Madison back too soon. Question on when all the press conferences are. I'll put the times back on screen so that everyone can see them. I don't know if there's a better way of doing this, of having all the times displayed and being able to see everything else on screen in one go. That might be something that I have a look at going forward to see how I can improve it for you guys. But yeah, the Spurs press conference is at 1:30. So if you are waiting for news, that's going to be the important time that you need to be keeping an eye on everything. There's nearly 700 of you in, which is crazy. I'm not used to having this many people in. We've stopped, though, at 194 likes, so hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Just keep an eye on what's going on X Pro. Sounds like Lukaku could be off to Roma by the looks of things. Not a lot going on in the press conferences so far, though. Just checking we've not missed anything. Yeah, I think we're okay. Oh, Doku has been added at 6.5 million, if anyone was interested. Can we get that already? Should be on here now. It's nice to have some new things going on. Can't actually... Maybe it's just because I'm logged out. Might just need a refresh. It won't be wrong information anyway. Doku, 6.5 million then for anyone that is interested. Interestingly, it looks like there's a few players coming in. Doku's come in as a 6.5 million midfielder for Man City. We've got David coming in at Chelsea as a 4.5 million forward. Guessing he made the matchday squad last time. And Montiel, a 4.5 million defender, coming in as well. Yeah, Nom Nom says maybe a running ticket tape. Yeah, we'll try that. We'll try that, definitely. I'll get my editor on it. If you're watching, Mark, one to add to the list, the long list. Interesting comments from De Zerbi on João Pedro. Now, this came in his press conference last Friday, but it was embargoed, so we didn't know pre-deadline. Talking about how he's not a complete player yet. I think he was on the naughty step getting dropped last week, but he looks like, he could come back in this week, particularly with the Enciso injury. Hopefully he steps up his all-round game so that he's featuring for us in our fantasy squads. And Gabriel Jesus is back in training for Arsenal. Ben did say that back in training doesn't mean a return to play yet, so something to look out for. But Martinelli looked like a bit of a sell if managers were maybe frustrated with one of their Arsenal players going forward. So I think probably now Martinelli becomes the one that we go for now as well, because I think Jesus back will help him. And then this, Højlund, set to make his debut on Saturday for United against Forest. I mean, I doubt he starts, but if he does, that would be amazing news for Rashford, because he would be out on the wing, which is where we need him. That's where he's most prolific. Let me just check that we've not missed anything. So it was Palace coming up. Here we go, Madison. James, oh, crikey. Wow, this is going to change my transfer plans. Madison trained today, unrestricted. We'll see how he holds up, but at the moment he will be available. I was going to transfer him out. Now what do I do? I was not expecting that. That's quite positive. That's really positive. I mean, it'd be tough to sell Madison now. Bournemouth away, Burnley away, Sheffield United at home. I think he's going to be a hold, guys. Madison, that is a curveball. I've posted the exact quote in the chat. I'm going to bookmark it as well, just so that I can reference it back. I mean, that's really going to change my transfer plan. I feel like I need to keep him. I don't know what move I will make, though. I mean, that reads to me that he's going to make... Is he in full training? That's the question. Was he in full training? Unrestricted. We'll see how he holds up, but at the moment he'll be available. Curveball. There's people in the chat saying that they've taken him out already. Conso says Gabriel out the door now. Oh, I'm so confused with transfers this week. I wasn't expecting it to be that positive, guys, I'll be honest with you. Oh, this is stressful. Surely in a good way, though. I think what I'm going to have to do is strengthen my bench, aren't I? I think that's what I'll have to do. Where am I at? I've got 2 free transfers. I think Gabriel plays this week. I could take him down to Henry. Is that going to help me in the long run? Oh, gosh. I could do Baldock to Gusto to at least give myself a first sub. Feels like a short-term move. I still think Gabriel will come good. Oh, I've got headaches now, guys. How long have we got to the deadline? 5 hours. Need to make a decision. I've got... Madison is a hold now for me. Let me put a poll up. It's all going down. Andrew Barton says, having 4 kids is stressful, rather you than me. I mean, if anyone could tell me what I should do with my team now, that would be most helpful. Actually, saying that, you can get... I mean, this is why, guys, you don't make the early transfer. We say it so many times. Information is everything. Right, get rid of this now. Madison's staying. You can get... Oh, I've clicked the wrong button now. Luckily, I've got an easily rememberable team ID. So, have I put the poll live? I don't think I'm... Right, it is live now. This has absolutely sent me off the Madison news. It was all going so well. It was nice and calm. Everything was organised. Now I'm like, what do I do with my team? What I was saying then, if you are really stuck with what to do and you need a little bit of guidance, the My Team tool on Fantasy Football Hub can give you recommended transfers from AI. You do need to be a paid member for this, but it is really good to get a bit of an idea on what to do. I'll pin it, I think it is in the description, but I'll pin it on the chat for now as well. So it's currently suggesting Gabriel to Vardiol and Saka to Foden. Foden still really tempts me this week. The Salah situation is also playing on my brain because, I mean, I don't think Salah will go to Saudi. We did have, I've gone a bit out of sync now, but we did have comments from Klopp this morning saying we don't have an offer. He's a Liverpool player. He's 100% committed. I feel like this could go either way because Liverpool and Newcastle is the late kickoff on Sunday, but I feel like he's just going to prove a point. I'm just going to put the Madison news back up because I keep getting people asking me in the chat. He's available. I think his flag will go. Right, so in terms of the AI transfers, I think Gabriel out is a big one. I don't think I want to do Saka to Foden. I could just go Gabriel to Colwill. I just think Gabriel's going to come good. This could just be my blind faith in a player. I do quite like Colwill, but I also like Rico Henry, who I could go for as well. I think Brentford have only conceded 1 big chance on their goal. The reason I like the move from Baldock to Gusto, not that he's absolutely nailed on or anything like that, is it gives me that first sub that I need. I need to use a transfer this week. I've also got Johnston that's a bit of an issue because Palace are trying to sign Dean Henderson. I could make a goalkeeper transfer. Literally, it's all on the table. Anyway, that's the recommendations from AI. Gabriel to Vardiol, Saka down to Foden, or Gabriel to Colwill. But I could just change my last defender to Gusto. I feel a bit stressed now, guys. I'm not going to lie. Thank you, though, for all the support so far. We just hit 300 likes and there's 1,000 of you in, which is incredible. So if you're enjoying it and you're finding it useful, hit the subscribe button. Madison is fit and available. That is the big news that maybe you hadn't seen already. I tell you what, I might try and update this. If it's not going to crash my computer, I'm just going to update the ticker at the bottom to say Madison is available. And then hopefully anyone that's joining late can see that. I'm editing as I go, guys. This is probably way above my station in terms of what I can do. So hopefully it doesn't all go to pot. I'm just waiting for it to update. Oh, that's not the right page. That's it. I've probably updated the wrong thing now. We'll get there. Let me just concentrate on what I need to do. This is it. I think this is the one. We have got more press conferences coming as well, which is just going to cause more headaches, I think, going into the weekend's action. The chat is going mad as well. I cannot keep up with you guys. I did say we'd get onto some questions at some point. It will happen. Do not worry, we will get there with questions and things like that. But the Madison news is huge, and I don't know what my reaction to it is. Let's just check that we've not missed anything else. There's a few more mutterings coming from Spurs. I think comments on Romero, comments on Pedro Porro as well, I think I saw somewhere. Oh, this is more from Postecoglou. I need to learn how to say this, don't I? It's a mouthful. I think it was the incident when Romero got brought down. He had a shot and it was a block tackle. His ankle was a bit sore after that, but the medical team looked after him. There was no real push to have him available. It was down to him. People would have seen him in a moon boot, but it was more precautionary. He felt good and probably could have trained yesterday. That's really positive. Madison is a hold. I've just realised that I've not even got the X Pro on screen now. It's all going down. Why has this season just been carnage from the off? Normally we get eased in with a few quiet weeks. Killer Rat's just gifted 5 memberships. You're a legend. This is the 3rd week in a row that you've done this, Killer Rat. I don't expect it at all, but, you know, hugely appreciated. So thank you once again. If you did get a membership through from Killer Rat, do say thank you to him in the chat. Hopefully it's people that were here already that are watching at the moment. I have no idea what I'm doing with my transfers now, guys. So the people that got the memberships were Adrash, Duffman, Notorious, that TPS player, and 1111. Thank you so much, Killer Rat, for that. Really do appreciate the amazing support you're giving to the channel. Shall we try and get this one to 400 likes? 60% are saying hold on Madison. 40% are still saying sell. That's a surprising one. In terms of other news then, before we get to the 1:30 press conferences, where did we get to? We was on about Rasmus Højlund, weren't we? So, Chelsea news. Chukwuemeka is out for a few weeks. We've also got Mudryk is out. So whether that affects the formation of Chelsea, whether it means Chilwell's less high, I don't know. But, yeah, things to bear in mind there. Chelsea squad's looking a bit threadbare. This was a press conference was yesterday. Yesterday we heard from Chelsea. We also heard from Everton. Calvert-Lewin, I mean, this is crazy, this. Calvert-Lewin cannot stay fit. And even when he's fit and there's nothing wrong with his legs, he's gone and broken his cheekbone, I think. He's out for the weekend. I think he lasted about half an hour. Oh, dear. So that's the next one from Everton. Their press conference was yesterday. Luton's press conference was yesterday. Nothing of particular interest. Or Forest's press conference. That Madison news is old now. Hang on, how do I get this off the list? Remove post from folder. I'm doing a bit of admin as I go. News from Fulham, Willian, a slight doubt. Some problems. Paulino did all the week with his teammates. So that's that one. Nearly at 400 likes, guys. Keep them coming. Shall we try and get to 500 likes? That'd be decent. Jan is asking what software we're using. It used to be called queyct. It's now called X Pro. I've got like a list that I've set up of all the football journalists. So we've got the column from the football journalists and leaks as well. Call it news. Then we've got all the athletic staff. I've got all the Premier League clubs here. And then I've got the list of main Twitter accounts that I keep an eye on for the Community 11 and things like that. So basically, if there's any leaks later, we're on it. I mean, I think the Chelsea team is pretty predictable anyway. So it looks like it's Juanma Lilo doing the City press conference today. Anyway, I'll keep going with yesterday's before we get to the 1:30 carnage, because it looks like a few managers are lining up. This is what we got last night. Luke Shaw is going to be out for months with a muscular injury. So Ten Hag should update us on this. And then Cisse is meant to be out for months with a knee injury. That's from Brighton. We'll hear from De Zerbi shortly. So that was yesterday's press conferences. This morning we've had Klopp's press conference where we got this news on Mo Salah. We've also got that Joe Linton has worked with the group and is back for Newcastle. Trent's available. I didn't see any comments on Diaz, but he was in training. Trent's available, having got off with a knock against Bournemouth. Konate is a doubt, though, for Liverpool, so that's a big one. And I'm staying on till 2:15 today because this popped up on Emi Martinez's Instagram account. Icing his calf there. So supposedly he's picked up a little bit of an issue in the midweek game. Did he start? I'm guessing he must have started in the European qualifying game against Hibs. He's 8.2% owned, Martinez. So he's in the top 10 most owned goalkeepers. So that's a bit of a big one. I've still not figured out, and I could do with figuring out how to update the ticker on this scene that we're on now without breaking it. I don't know if I can find the file to update it. I don't want to ruin it. This could be it. Bottom bar. Hang on. Yeah, this is it. I found the right file. I just don't want everything to go wrong if I put it on. Right. So I need to put on here that Madison's available. Because that's the big news. Just bear with me 1 minute, guys. And do cross your fingers as well. You don't A, lose me, and I don't just like mess up my whole computer. I shouldn't do. I've got this. This is the kind of thing that I need to work on. Cross your fingers. Are we going to get the Madison thing up? I don't know if it's worked. We've done it anyway. That's not worked at all. Why hasn't it worked? Honestly, me and technology. I know why it hasn't worked. Let's give it one more try. Cross our fingers. Please work. There we go. We've done it. Winning. The next thing is if I've spelt it wrong, and I had an absolute mare. Anyway, as I said, yeah, that's all we know at the moment. There wasn't anything particularly interesting from Palace and Wolves, and we've got the Madison news in now. So it's 1:30, so we'll pop over now to the 1:30 press conferences, see what news we've got coming in. Oh, pressed the wrong thing there. There was something on. Rasmus Højlund out of the United game. That's bad news for Rashford owners. Anything that's important, I'm going to put in the chat. So that's the first piece of news from the 1:30 press conferences. No timescale on Mount and Shaw injuries. Questions on Mason Greenwood. That's about it so far. That's frustrating then. I was kind of hoping that maybe he would get some minutes. But it doesn't look like it. Questions on whether Gusto will start. He should do. I would say so. Surely he's got to start. I don't think there's many options for Chelsea right now. They've got a massive squad, but they've got a lot of injuries. Right, that is it for the 1:30 press conference so far. I'm going to leave this page open and it will update as it does, but I am going to try and answer some questions. Neil's come up with a question. 2 free transfers. I own Pedro, Eze and Rashford, but like Mbomo, March, Jackson or Alvarez. Would you use a free transfer or both? I think, see, Mbomo's kind of at essential status now, but Eze has looked really good. Still a tricky fixture this week. I mean, you probably could drop Rashford, but I think it'd be easier to drop Eze. But you could just wait one more week and get Mbomo next week. But I understand you've got to make a transfer. João Pedro, I would stick with. I really would. VJ says, any tips for wildcarders? I did put a short out yesterday with or maybe it was on Wednesday with a wildcard team. Question from that TPTS player. Who should I replace Rashford with? Should I choose Madison? I don't know if I'd buy Madison this week. He's a hold, but I don't think he's a buy. You've got Mbomo, you've got Foden, you've got the Bright reconnection. Did you lose me there? Did I drop out for a minute? Am I still here? Tell me in the chat. I just got some notification that OBS was not playing ball. I think it's because somehow I'm recording and streaming. Be that update that putting Madison is available on that ticker has caused carnage to my computer. Hopefully that's answered your question, Neil. I know it's not very fair. There's so many difficult decisions to make in FPL this week. Sandeep says, I've got both Isaac and Haaland. Should I transfer out Watkins with Jesus as I can get him cheap? No, I wouldn't do that. I think Isaac's going to come good. It was buffering. Hopefully. Lost me for 30 seconds. Sorry, guys. I am back, though. Stick with me. I think I need a computer that keeps up with everything. We'll get there. If the channel continues to do well, I'll be able to get a better computer. I've invested in all the tech, got a better microphone, got a better camera, all of that stuff. Oh, there's headaches, isn't there? Aha. News on Gabriel. Gabby is a really important player for us and there's nothing going on at the moment. What does that mean? I did just see someone in the chat, Duffman, said, I think Arteta will use Q but not Gabriel. That'd be proper troll function. Sandeep says he's Madison starting. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to start. I'll be honest. Did Arteta say that he's ready to start? So, honestly, there's so much going on, guys. I'm trying my best to stay on top of it. It's absolute carnage. There's so much news coming in. There's 1,000 of you in, more than 1,000, which is just incredible. We're not quite at 500 likes though, guys. So if you haven't hit that like button yet, oh, hang on, press the wrong button. Please hit the like button as well. We could hit 24k subs on stream as well, which would be amazing. Oh, it's carnage, isn't it? This Madison news has absolutely thrown me off. And now I've got no idea what to do with my team. I've not got much time to make a decision. I don't know what's going on. So, like, Jesus could start this week. Bernardo Silva is good to go. How do you feel about that, Foden owners? It's all going on. Right, so what we've got from the press conferences this lunchtime so far, Madison is available, having trained today. Højlund is out. Jesus is available. Some weird comments on Gabriel. And Bernardo Silva is trained and is good to go. Because I've got so many journos that I follow, you tend to get the same thing repeated. TPS player says, why is my whole bench suddenly becoming fit? I know, same. Simon's put Madison uses baits my noodle. I'm going to have to use that one. Malacia is a few weeks from a return for United. That's of interest to anyone. Quinton says, do we now have to start Madison? Yes, but I would have a good first sub just in case. 1111 said Haaland captain. Absolutely. Balaji says, this is stressful. Am I making it seem stressful? Trying to keep on top of everything. I don't even know when I've got time to sit and figure out my transfers. I've got multiple children to ferry around to multiple activities. Oh dear. Sandeep says Jesus could be a differential. Muffin says most nailed on City defender. I think Diaz is probably worth the money. The extra 0.5 at 5.5. I know some of the 5 million options look tempting, but in the long run, Diaz is absolutely nailed. Well, Simon's just said there is no nailed City defender. It's as nailed as they get, let's put it that way. So I think we've got to bear that in mind when making our decisions. And we don't need masses of budget in FPL this season because everyone's so kindly priced. Sandeep saying Guardiola's not there. He's had back surgery and he's in Spain. So this is why we've got reports from Juanma Lilo. He's not going to be on the touchline or anything. Oh, this is so stressful. I'll try and be less stressed. I feel like everyone needs to do a deep breath with me. I think I'm just a little panicked because I've not quite got my transfers nailed now. I think Gabriel probably needs to go. I could just see him starting now. The thing is, I'm setting myself up for a one-pointer if I keep Gabriel. I could just get Gusto. I'm probably not going to make a decision until the deadline stream. I'll make my final moves on the deadline stream. The deadline stream comes at... well, I've said 5:30, but hopefully I'll be able to do it sooner. Basically, whenever I'm free. Basically, I need to wait for my other half to come home from work and look after my children, and then I can do the deadline stream. So it might be earlier than 5:30. Probably not any earlier than 5, though, in reality. So, yeah. We'll see. When we get started, we get started. But I do obviously need to have a think about my transfers as well. The press conferences are coming through slowly. It's already 1:42. Simon says, if Gabriel doesn't start and Madison returns, this week's transfer business that I've made will be a nightmare. This is why we keep saying as content creators, I know we sound like a broken record and it doesn't feel like the most exciting way of playing the game, but this is why you do not make early transfers, because by Friday afternoon, you've got a full picture. Maybe you've made moves and then have not paid off, but on Friday, you know who's available, who's not. You may have missed a few price rises along the way, but you've got all the information. I could have sold Madison for Foden on Tuesday, but I didn't do it because I wanted the information. I don't know what to do now, though. I could sell Gabriel, and the player I like is Henry. I think he would be my replacement if I sold Gabriel. Oh, my bench is weak, particularly this week. The other option is I sell Kabore or Baldock for Gusto. I mean, Gusto will probably become a problem down the line, but... Shall I do a poll? And if you've got any other suggestions for what moves I should make, let me know in the chat as well. What transfer should I make this week? Gabriel out for 4.5 defender, or Baldock or Kabore out for Gusto. Giving Salah longer. Giving Rashford this week. I've got 2 free transfers, so I can't just roll, because that'll be burning a transfer. I think Gabriel will come good. Oh, super chat in from Kamal. Fantasy can be summarised by everyone sells Gabriel and then he scores a screamer header goal. This is it. He's got 3 goals in 4 against Fulham. Fulham cannot score. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. Just to tell me that I shouldn't sell Gabriel. It's 60-40. I'm really excited to have 2 free transfers for next week, though. This is my team for this week. I mean... I just feel like having a decent first sub with Madison still flagged is sensible. It's really close on the poll. I'll leave it up for a while longer. Let's check if we've got anything else in. See Saudi links. I can see Gabriel just being a bit part of it. Even if he stays and he comes good, he could just be a bit part for the next couple of games. This is just a headache. One thing that I did need to look at is the the clean sheet probabilities. Man City, 64% chance of a clean sheet. Chelsea, 55%. Arsenal, 55%. Interesting. We're nearly at 24,000 subs, guys. If I put this on the big screen, that'd be cool to hit 24 on stream today. There's like over 1,000 of you in. You can't all be subscribed already. So if you're watching, I'm here every week at this time. Hit the subscribe button. Get me over the line to 24,000. I really do appreciate it. We've done it. Thank you so much. Oh, that's amazing, guys. Thank you. Like the growth over the last few weeks has just been crazy. So I really do appreciate it. So many new people in the chat and comments on videos. It all helps just to grow the channel, which means I can get more content from you. The more profitable the channel is, the more I can do. It's not a hobby for me, guys. This is the job. Muffins says 25k yet. Yeah, 25k is the next target. If we reach that by the international break, I've never seen it move so quick. If we reach 25k by the international break, I'll be absolutely buzzing. Like, it'll mean so much to me. So thank you so much to everyone that's tuning in today. It's crazy to see it going up like that, guys. Really, no, honestly, I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. I can't put it down now, though, because it just keeps going up. Oh, guys, honestly, thank you. I will take it away again because that's just going to get annoying, but I do appreciate everyone that's jumped on there to show their support for the channel. Just hang on, we're not losing it, are we? Just supporting the content is the main thing, guys. No other new injury concerns for Arsenal. It's been a bit steady on these press conferences today, actually. The 1:30 ones. If I just remind everyone of what's going on. We've heard from Arteta. We've heard the City press conference. Not heard anything from Thomas Frank yet, or at least I've not seen it. Not seen anything from De Zerbi yet. Nothing from Company. Nothing from Sheffield United. Spurs came early. Nothing from David Moyes. So that's what we're still waiting to hear from Brentford, Brighton, Burnley, Sheffield United. I mean, I'm not expecting too much, but it'd be nice to have some comments on Enciso and maybe some positive comments on João Pedro. I'm going to keep the tab open. We're at 24.1k now, guys, on the subs. That's amazing. Honestly, the biggest thank you to you guys. Alchester says, is Foden a rotation risk? How can I put it? Everyone's a rotation risk with Pep, but I think that risk is minimised a lot at the moment due to the injuries, including to De Bruyne. But Bernardo Silva coming back in does give a little bit more competition for places. That TPS player, I would just wait, give Rashford one more game and then bring Mbomo in. David Eddy. Can you please say my full name? Weird request. David Eddy. Hopefully I've said that right. Honestly, I struggle with Mbomo and Wissa. Estepinian, if I've said it right, always struggle with that one. So then trying to get your names right as well. Oh, another super chat. Thank you so much to Jermaine. Would you go double Chelsea defence with Chilwell and Colwell, or rather get a City defender to replace Shaw? I think I'd go Shaw to Ruben Diaz. If we look at the predicted points for defenders over the next 4 game weeks, I'm guessing... I mean, it does depend on whether you've got Chilwell or not, Jermaine, because if you've not got Chilwell, my top 2 defenders to buy are Estupinian and Chilwell. However, if we look at the predicted points, this is on Fantasy Football Hub. This is a tool that members can get as well. So if you want to sign up to Hub, there's 50% off right now. Link is in the description to the video. I'll also drop it in the chat as well. But in terms of what you can get, like the resources on there are phenomenal. However, if you've not got Chilwell, get Chilwell. But if you're shopping elsewhere, then I'd just get a City defender, and I'd probably go with Diaz. I know Vardiol's got kind of higher point prediction on here, but I just feel to me that Ruben Diaz is a bit more nailed. Hopefully that helps you. Yeah, as I said, that picture's gone a bit weird. I don't know if I can resize it without it going weird though as well. This 50% off at Fantasy Football Hub, it's only on for a limited time. So if you're not a Fantasy Football Hub member, use the link in the description to this video. That will get you 50% off. You'll get expert team reveals, you'll get points predictions up to stats, and it's all designed with the AI transfers to help you to win your mini league. And if you don't win your mini league, you get your money back. So it's just a no-brainer, really. I'm just going to hop back over to... Hang on, I've pressed the dodgy button now. What have I done? I want to get back over. Here we go. Sorry, something went a bit weird there on my screen. I've moved some tabs around and then I couldn't see how to move back. There we go, I fixed it. Hopefully I'm still with you. I just wanted to move back over to X Pro to see whether we've got anything more in from these press conferences. It's quiet at the moment. As I said, we're still waiting to hear from Brighton, Brentford, West Ham. There was another one as well, wasn't there? Brighton, Brentford, Burnley, West Ham, Sheffield United as well. Doesn't look like we've got Moyes in. Oh yeah, this is it. Mavropanos. He's not fit at the moment. He's not available for tomorrow. Don't want to put a timescale on his return. Don't think that helps us in FPL terms that much. I'm still stuck on what to do with my transfers. It's 55% says in the poll to sell Gabriel for a 4.5 million defender. 44% say move a 4 million defender to Gusto. Arsenal's fixtures are so nice though if Gabriel can just start playing. Fulham at home in Game Week 3, Everton away Game Week 5. So stressful. I think I probably need to just go Gabriel to Henry. Sandeep says Diaz or Madison, who to start? I'm going to say Madison, I think. Here we go. And Cisse will be out for a longer period. Which is, I know we expected this anyway, but it's good to have it, you know, from the horse's mouth, so to speak. Bookmark that one as well. You can probably see, guys, that my computer's getting progressively slower. Got another super chat in from FPL Gw3. Thank you. Good day, Holly. Has Pochettino said anything about the role of the new goalkeeper? Wanted to bring in Sanchez, but hold off due to new goalkeeper transfer. Yeah, I don't think there's really any goalkeepers in the market that Chelsea can buy right now. So I feel like he's going to be safe until January at the very least. So I'd say Sanchez is a buy now. Hope that helps. If we just look at, let's look long term at goalkeepers. Obviously, Edison wins, Martinez, Pope, Ramsdale, Becker. But then you go to the 4.5. Sanchez ahead of Johnson. Remember, Palace are in the market for Henderson. Flecken. Then Steele, then Pickford. So hopefully that is useful. We're still waiting for 3 more press conferences as well, guys, so stick with me. Another super chat. Thank you to Jan. What is the website you're using for the press conference updates? So I'm just using Twitter. I've made a list, basically, of people that leak early team news and of journalists. So you can do the same. So there's all the FPL leakers at the top, and then there's all the journalists for respective clubs at the bottom. But it's just nice to have it all in one place. Thank you for the super chat as well. Doesn't sound like West Ham have got Kudus over the line yet in terms of transfers in for this week. Ben Johnson. Chelsea want him to stay. Sorry, West Ham want him to stay. TBS player says, I've got Pickford, Trent, Madison and Bernardo Silva on my bench. Should I play bench boost? Yes. I don't know about Pickford, to be fair. I mean, if you've got a free transfer and you can upgrade Pickford to make the bench boost better, but it kind of defeats the point a little bit. So we're still waiting to hear from Brentford, Sheffield United. Brighton comments are coming in at the moment. So it sounds like Brighton are still in the market to sign. I think we need another attacker, another midfielder, because we lost queyct. That's latest comments from De Zerbi. I keep remembering that I need to fix my team. Madison stays now. João Pedro and Gabriel are the weak links. However, both could easily play this week. João Pedro will play this week. I think Gabriel plays this week. So I either do Gabriel to Henry or I just upgrade my first sub. Question on whether Emi Martinez is injured. I'm going to hang around for a bit longer, by the way, today. Villa's press conference is at 2:15. So I'm going to stay on because in the meantime, I can answer some more of your questions. As I said, we're still waiting to hear comments from Brentford and Burnley and Sheffield United. Not had anything from them yet for some reason. But yeah, the Emery press conference is coming up at 1:30. Just to recap what we've had so far today. Madison trained unrestricted. He's available. Højlund is out. Jesus is available. Gabriel, who knows? Bernardo Silva is back. And we're still waiting to hear from Brentford Burnley. So still a few to come in. But yeah, as I said, I'm going to hang on for the Villa press conference because we saw this on Emi Martinez Instagram page as well, which is causing us a bit of a headache. If you own Martinez, let me know in the chat if you do own Martinez. Does anyone else feel like this has been the most stressful start to the season? Because it feels like it to me, just in terms of like the number of injuries that we're getting. I'm going to keep the press conference news coming in. Oh, great. Ferguson will start tomorrow. Right, that means that João Pedro doesn't start. That is stressful. Oh, it's all going down. I think I need to get João Pedro out. Have we got any money in the bank? It's so stressful. Everyone saw that, right, didn't they? Ferguson will start tomorrow. Did I put it in the chat? I'm just having a meltdown today. My team looks in so bad shape. There isn't a best 5.5 million striker. I need to get Wissa in. How am I going to do it? This is just ridiculous. Oh dear. Right, what are we thinking? I think João Pedro needs to go. I'd love to do João Pedro to Wissa. I mean, I could do that, but that's not great, is it? João Pedro out for Wissa. Gabriel out for Gusto. Feels like I'm playing myself into problems down the line. If Ferguson starts, that means that João Pedro isn't starting, surely. Unless it's Welbeck. It could be Welbeck. Oh, I feel like I need to give it another game. Because I can sell Rashford next week. Can someone ask De Zerbi whether João Pedro starts? Oh, this is really, really stressful. Right, let's put it to a poll. I can't afford Rico Henry. I've only got 4.3. Right, does João Pedro start for Brighton? Yes, no. Why is FPL so difficult? Why do we play this game? It should not be this difficult. It's absolute carnage out there. Unless De Zerbi tweaks his formation tomorrow, then Danny Welbeck will be the player to drop out. Tomorrow Ferguson plays in the 11. We have no other team news. We're in good condition. We have worked well. It's basically 50-50, the poll. João Pedro could still start, yeah? I'll tell you something that is useful. Fantasy Football Hub do the predicted lineups. And this is what Ben Dinnery puts together. De Zerbi, what are you doing to us? I think he still starts. Like, Welbeck's done nothing. So stressful. I really don't know what to think. I think João Pedro will start. I think he will, but it's so stressful. Is it just me? Please tell me everyone else is just stressing out. I mean, if you've done your early transfers, it's fine for you guys. It's us that have been patient. We just don't know, do we? We've still got nothing from Brentford. We've still got nothing. What was we waiting for? Had nothing from Brentford yet. Nothing from Burnley. We're still waiting for Villa at 2:15 as well. Well, I nearly ended. I don't want to end yet. We're still waiting as well for Villa at 2:15 for their press conference. I'm just stressed now. If anyone's got any suggestions, by the way, for what I should do with my team. I feel like I've lost the plot at this point. David Eddy says Gabriel Jesus to start. It sounded that way, but it's not guaranteed. I couldn't say for sure. Honestly, this is... I don't think... Like, having 2 transfers in FPL, like, it's a blessing and a curse. Because you have to do something. You can do 1 free transfer, 2, 3 for a hit. Someone said relax in the chat. Light Rays. Light Rays has been here since the start. He's probably never seen me so stressed. David says chill, Holly. Alfred said, are you hydrated? I've got my bottle of water. It's been a long week. I tell you what, the deadline stream later is going to be fun, isn't it? That's all I can guarantee, is that you'll be entertained. By the way, guys, so I'll be going live with the deadline stream later. Definitely by 5:30 UK time, an hour before the deadline, hopefully sooner than that. The link's in the chat and in the description, so if you hit the notify button, that'll let you know when I go live, because I'm not absolutely sure. I need someone to... well, I don't need someone. I need my husband to come home from work and look after the kids so that I can go live, essentially. This is interesting on... a few more quotes from Arteta on Jesus. Let's see for whether he can start. Killerrat saying get Gusto and Wissa. I feel sorry for people if this is their first season of FPL. I think we're okay. I'm interested to see if Ben's made any more comments on João Pedro. And that's a shame about Enciso, though. Like, this was his season, and now he's out with a knee injury for a few months. TPS player, first season. Willie says Gabriel starts. Simon says, I've got Wissa and Mbomo this week. Hopefully I've not ruined them as picks. We'll all blame you if it all goes wrong. Marcus says, why are we stressed? I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm stressed and it's just made everyone else stressed. Who's just put in the chat stress? Abbott's just put stress in the chat. Oh gosh, more news on Salah. Salah is open to move, but will remain respectful. What does that mean? Simon says, yeah, I knew I'd walked into that one. Like, that being the late kickoff is just annoying. I could sell Salah. I thought I knew what I was doing by now with transfers. Clearly not. We're still waiting for some press conferences as well. We've got this that we're waiting for news on Emi Martinez. Hopefully Emery turns up for his press conferences on time. I'm hanging around for a bit longer to cover this, but I will probably have to go by 2:30 at the latest. But yeah, we've got all the news coming up. Madison's available. This was the news on Madison for anyone that's joining late and wondering. So he's a hold. I probably wouldn't buy him this week, but he's a hold. Anyone that's made an early transfer, RIP. Højlund is out. Yeah, I'm not selling Salah. I may do in a few weeks. I think it would just be great if the window closes, to be honest. Oh, it's carnage, isn't it? Absolute carnage. I still don't know what I'm doing with transfers. This is my team. I've got 2 free transfers. Sorry, I've not even got the whole team on screen. Keep scrolling, there we go. So I've got 2 free transfers. So I need to make a transfer. I kind of expect Salah to go out and do well against Newcastle now, with all the speculation, just to prove that he's still a Liverpool player. Jackson's a really good buy, but please don't spam the chat. If any mods are still in, thank you, VJ. I think João Pedro will start with Enciso out. Rashford gets 1 more week. Madison's a hold now. Saka's a hold, good fixture. And Bomo, he's going nowhere. Gabriel, I think he starts against Fulham and he's got a great record. I could make a goalkeeper transfer. Or I could buy Gusto for my first sub. I'm happy to take the start with Pedro for 1 more week, because I think he's a player that, if he is going to be a consistent starter for Brighton, he's going to do very well. And I can't go anywhere just by transferring Pedro out. Like next week, I could easily do Rashford to Foden. And I can go anywhere with João Pedro then if he's not paying off. Could do something like that. Could get Alvarez. I just need to see if João Pedro starts this week and how he performs. I'm happy to give him 1 more week. So I either do Gabriel to Henry, or I just improve my first sub and buy Gusto. Maybe for Baldock if he's still injured. We've not actually heard from Sheffield United's press conference yet. And we're still waiting to hear from Brentford. I don't think we've had anything from Brentford. And Unai Emery's meant to be coming up about now. I'm pretty sure we've not seen anything from Brentford. Press conference was meant to be at 1:30. Clearly not. I'm pretty sure I haven't missed anything, guys, but Ollie McBurney's back. I don't think we've seen anything on Baldock. Nope. Nothing. That was kind of the one from last week. hopefully we're still finding this useful. Let me just answer a few more questions while we're waiting. Al says, do you think Watkins to Wissa? I think it's really hard to sell Watkins. I think the hat-trick midweek will do a boost for his confidence, and I think they'll be able to play a weaker squad in the second game as well, which helps. Watkins is a great option long term. If we look at the predicted points for forwards, I kind of do like a medium term view and then a longer term view. So Watkins is ranked 4th over the next 4 game weeks. You extend that to the next 8 game weeks, he's 3rd. Yeah, I'm not that sold on Semenyo as a transfer because he's not a player that I'm going to want to start every week. I knew the risks with João Pedro at the start of the season. Crick P is wanting a Diaz masterclass against Newcastle. Yeah, it could happen. Joss is asking, is Gabriel starting 100%? No, he isn't 100% starting. But I think he could start. Don't spam the chat though, please. Thank you. Footy Fanatic says, João Pedro not going to start tomorrow. I thought the consensus was like it was 50-50. The trouble is, yeah, I would replace João Pedro, but if I'm replacing him now, my options are really limited because I've only got 5.5 million. I could get Edouard. Don't like his fixture this week though. Underlying numbers are okay. I could get Morris. Fixtures are okay. First game of the season against West Ham next Friday, but like they're not exciting picks. I know Morris will probably do well, but I'd rather give it another week and then release funds from elsewhere to properly upgrade João Pedro. Sandeep says, I've got Gusto, Saliba, Estepinian, Botman and Baldock. Any recommendations? No, that defence is fine. I'd play Gusto, Estepinian and Saliba this week. Be nice to get Chilwell in there, though. David said, who will get more points this season, Ramsdale or Raya? Well, it's Ramsdale's spot to lose, isn't it? Tell you what. I just wanted to see what the comments are like on the actual Brighton's actual post on whether it's João Pedro. It's basically carnage still, isn't it? This is all FPL accounts. I wanted to know what the Brighton fans think. Early 11 team news. Pedro starting as a 10. It's all FPL people. Ferguson's a 10 now, a 9 now, isn't he? It's just confusing because João Pedro's got the number 9 shirt. Where is the comments? Let me just hang on. Get the tweet up because it's a bit difficult to see on the other bit. It's in here somewhere, isn't it? It's a thread, which is just annoying. The Brighton fans think that it's Pedro sign with Ferguson. Yeah, I think it's fine. I'll convince myself. And then try and convince you guys that it's all fine as well. We've still not got anything from Unai Emery because we're waiting to hear on a little potential injury for Emi Martinez. Don't know whether we're going to get anything else. Surely we'll hear from Emery soon. We'll give it another 10 minutes, guys. There's so many of you watching. Like, it's crazy. Mo says thoughts on Sterling. I'm personally not going there, but I can see why people are doing. If you back him, then go with it. I'm really excited to see Ferguson play for Brighton, actually. I mean, I could get Ferguson in. No, I don't think we've got the funds for that. Aaron says Pedro out, Visser in. Gary says update on the subscriber numbers. Hang on. We'll see where we're at. I think it's been going well, to be fair. We added like another 100 when I put this on last time. I mean, am I being wildly ambitious in saying can we get it up to like 200, 24,200? See what you can do, guys. Yeah, Ferguson is 6 mil. He's a young player. He scored a hat-trick against my Grimsby in the FA Cup, so I liked him up until that point, but then I kind of went through a phase where I maybe wasn't feeling the love so much for him. Matt says Son over Madison. No, Madison is the best pick to choose from that Spurs attack every single time. Maybe I'll just have to have this screen on stream all the time. I'll have loads of new subscribers. Footy Fanatics has just subbed. Louis Martinez said I made 100 new accounts. All to support me. I love it. Should I bring him a tamer with those Brighton fixtures? It's tricky. I think Brighton will be fixture-proof, though. Stephen, I can't do a full 11. If you ask me a specific question on what to do, that'll be easier. Who's the best Shaw replacement? You've got Gusto at 4, Henry at 4.5, you Doji, you've got Saliba at 5. Ferguson and João Pedro have the same problems with Europe. I wouldn't be surprised with Welbeck starting. Yeah, Welbeck can start in Europe. I think João Pedro will start. Ilias said, should I keep Solanke? Absolutely. David says I need to take a deep breath and a deep think after the stream. Yeah, ideally, however, I need to go on the nursery pickup run. Udoji's at 3% ownership. That is wild. Sundre says Salah to Foden. Probably a move I should be making. How about Lucas Dean? Yeah, he's looked great, but thanks for the love on the subscribing, guys, by the way. Absolutely lost that tab now. What was the question? Oh, we've got a super chat in from Mark. Onana or Sanchez and Estupinan or Saliba. That's easy. I'd say Sanchez and Estupinan. It's Moreno, isn't it, that could come in back in for Villa. Wolves as you were regarding team news. If anyone was interested. Nothing from Villa. Anish has joined as a channel member. Thank you so much. Honestly, guys, like, the support, I know I keep going on about it, but the support is literally amazing. Like, yeah, it's just great. I don't know if we're going to get anything in from Villa yet. I mean, I can probably stay for a little bit longer. We didn't get anything from Brentford, so God knows what's going on there. I'm probably going to make my... I don't even know if I pinned it. Did I pin it? I'm probably going to make my moves on the deadline stream, which is latest start for 5:30. But if you haven't hit the notify button yet, then go for it now, because it'll let you know when I go live. But definitely by 5:30. FPL culture. Love your content, Holly. 1k likes. Here we go. Akshat says thoughts on Lucas Dean. Yeah, I mean, Villa have got European football. That's my only concern. They've got depth in that position. I don't know when Moreno's due back, actually. That was the one that I was going to... Gabriel not in the predicted lineup from Premier injuries. Right. What was I looking up? Aston Villa, Lucas Dean. No, we was looking at Moreno, weren't we? See, it's expected back next week. That's why I'm not that keen. Ferb said, I missed most of the stream. What's the news? Madison is available. Hoyland is out. Bernardo Silva is good to go. And Ciso is back. He's out. Jesus could start. And then I've actually missed that other bit, haven't I, on Ferguson. Ferguson starts for Brighton was the other piece of news that I need to bookmark. So we've got everything in one place. Nothing else coming through by the looks of it. Unless I've missed it. What I was going to look at was bending his predicted lineups. He doesn't think Gabriel starts. That's my weak link in the squad, isn't it? I could do Gabriel Jesus to Rico Henry. I mean, the AI prediction is to sell for Vardiol. If we look at predicted points over the next 4 among defenders, up to 4.9, because, well, wrong filter. Up to 4.9, because that's all I've got to spend. Cole top, then Pinnock, then Rico Henry, then Botman. I may do Gabriel to Henry. I did tip Henry on my deal sheet right at the start of the week. Tipped him again on the FPL show today. Brentford's fixtures are nice as well. Oh, Mark, another new member. Have I missed a new member in here as well? Oh, maybe we've done that one already. Anish, yeah, we definitely mentioned Anish. Thank you, Mark, for supporting the channel. Simon is off. Thank you so much for modding again, Simon. Managed not to break it this week. Emmy Martinez update is out. Hang on. Where are we? I hope this is worth waiting for. Oh, well, that is not useful at all from Villa. This is the news, though. Withdrawn on Wednesday, had a small pain in his calf, did not train on Friday. Decision to be made on Saturday. Do they play on Sunday then? Yeah, so he's got an extra day. At least it was worth waiting for. Yeah, so Martinez is a doubt. I mean, it's not that big a news because it doesn't look like a long-term issue for Martinez, which is good. If you've got Areola or Turner, I think Martinez is still a great pick long-term, so I think it's fine, but at least we know. So Martinez, I doubt that's Emmy Martinez. I think that's probably it then. I think. Oh, it's just been mad, hasn't it? We've done it though. So we've done 12 press conferences there. Madison available, the biggest news. Obviously, other news filtering in as well. As I said, I think I put it in the chat as well, didn't I? I've lost it again now. I'll be back later in about 3 hours for the deadline stream. So if you haven't joined before, hit the notify button. That'll let you know when I'm live, because it's definitely by 5:30, perhaps sooner as well. Oh, Killer again. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you. 5 more new members. So if you're in and Killer Rat's gifted you a membership, then please do say thank you. Gary, Willie, Eric, Ivo and Kaman are all in. Anish said Sterling, is he a good pick? I don't personally like him, but, you know, he could come good. But yeah, I'll be back later at 5:30, so hit the notify button. That'll tell you when I'm live. Support has been amazing as always, so thank you so much. I still need to decide on my transfer. I've not got an idea of what I'm doing yet, so it's going to be an interesting stream. I need to make a decision at some point. But yeah, thank you so much for the support, guys. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button. It really just helps to grow the channel, means that I can keep providing you guys with more content, keep upgrading things as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in 3 hours.